Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook. I'm here with my friend.
Yes.
We're friends now, right?
I would say we're friends.
We're friends. Attorney, lawyer Twillie. If you missed our last Facebook Live and the Better Connecticut segment that lawyer came on and did, lawyer's your real name.
That is my name. And my real name.
And his real name.
Born with that name.
It was your dad's name.
It was my dad's name, so I'm the second. There is no birth certificate issue. So it's
We don't
legit.
have to go look that
up. It's legit. Don't need to look it up.
So, Attorney Twillie is a personal injury lawyer, so we're going to be talking a little bit about that. But first, I know you want to gripe about this.
Yes. It's killing me. It really
You're a big CBS fan. We're on Channel 3.
Yes. Hawaii 5-0.
It's ending.
It crushed me. I saw I didn't know because I don't generally watch a lot of live TV, and I was watching an episode last week or a few days ago, and it said, final few episodes. And I said, what? Are you kidding me? Devastating.
What is it about the show that you like so much?
It's the characters and the banter back and forth. So, you have McGarrett and Dano going back and forth. You have the flirtation between like Tawny and Junes. You have Grover making fun of everybody and not literally cursing people out, but basically slapping them upside the head. And there's good chemistry there.
Yeah, don't get mad. I've never seen it.
Oh, come on.
I know. Am I disappointing you?
Well, you'll have to binge watch it sometime. It's really good.
Now that it's over, I can probably just catch up fairly quickly.
Yeah. But, the thing is, apparently, I don't even know the guy's real name. He's just Commander McGarrett. He will forever be Commander McGarrett. But apparently he was injured while filming.
Oh, interesting.
This a couple of years ago, and did some sort of stem cell treatment, and it got him through the last couple of years, but apparently he just can't continue because of the pain, and so it does stink.
Well, speaking of injuries,
yes.
How's that for a segue?
Hey, that's what we do.
So we were talking, once our Facebook Live was done last month, we were talking about someone that I knew that was injured, and they weren't sure if they had a case, and they felt kind of guilty about calling a lawyer. So what do you have to say about something like that?
As we kind of were talking about off air here, I guess if it's air, but and there I go with the air quotes. Confidence, right? I had a call just yesterday. It got transferred to me. It was a young woman who seemed hesitant to tell me what was going on. So I answered the phone. She's like, introduces herself. I introduce myself, and I'm like, tell me what, how can I help you? And she's, well, and I stopped her and I said, I can tell this is really difficult for you, but by all means, speak freely with me. I've heard just about everything. And then she kind of opened up and got through it. But I've noticed that a lot with people, guys and gals, really. And I think it sort of stems from maybe a lack of confidence. It's really a new situation for a lot of people. And if you haven't been in an accident where you've been injured and there's serious property damage or just property damage at all, you're trying to get your car fixed, you don't know how you're going to get to work, you're getting the runaround with an insurance company, you got to go to the doctor, they don't take my health insurance, I need a referral. I think it can be overwhelming for some people, and they don't really know how to handle it because it's new.
And I think people think if they think lawsuit that people are after money, they want to get rich off of it.
And I think that makes people feel guilty.
Yeah,
and it's not about that. It really isn't. And in Connecticut, that's not the way the system is set up. It's not a get-rich system. It really is it's a make-you-whole system. So it's not about getting wealthy or rich. It's about putting you back to where you were before the accident, or as close to as possible. So, if you do get some sort of a settlement or compensation, that settlement isn't supposed to put you ahead. It's supposed to bring you back to where you were or would have been if it wasn't for that accident. And I really believe a lot of people feel guilty about that. I have, not to get into anything different here and to segue into anything else, but, men and women, not comfortable. I seem to have a lot of like Portuguese-speaking Brazilian clients who I think it's an underserved community that they don't really know where to turn to. And so, somehow they've made their way to me, and they don't know the system, and sometimes they feel like they're getting taken advantage of. Same with some of the Polish clients I have. You know, they don't, they're not familiar. It's unfamiliar territory for them.
And they're afraid probably to reach out.
And they are. And they're, for some various reasons, some of these folks are afraid to reach out. But when they do, we're happy to help them. And I think that, you know, some of the referral clients that we receive comes from that, because, you know, we really end up helping people, and we get them out of a jam, and I think they're very thankful, and they know that we're actually helping them and not just trying to sort of take advantage of them. Mm-hmm. So it's been rewarding for us, really.
Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking with attorney lawyer Twillie. The firm is LA Law.
Yes.
Which I love. It's
First
not
two
after
initials.
it's not after the popular 80s and 90s television show.
Yes. Yes.
Although I think Corbin Burnson sometimes when I hear it, I'm not gonna lie.
That's okay. I won't
Helps
feel
me
so
remember.
bad. There you
right?
go. Yeah.
So
mnemonic device.
So you talk about different communities, people who English is not their first language.
Yes.
Would you say that you kind of seek those people out to help them?
No, like in a targeting sort of way. Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I think it's sort of like a byproduct of what we do. Our core, what, you know, our people are sort of trained to do. But I think the people that I'm hiring, it's a part of what they are. But we're about helping people, and so when you're able to help people, I think it sort of creates a sort of snowball effect. Like I said earlier, people feel that you're really out to help them and not to just make money off of them or take advantage of them in some sort of way. But we help. And so I think it's just a byproduct of us helping. And because we've helped so many in served communities, we then get referrals from those communities. And so it's not a targeting thing. I just think it's sort of a natural
word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth.
And speaking of helping, if someone has a question, I have my phone. I can see if you guys are asking questions, and I could definitely ask lawyer if anybody has any questions out there while you're watching on Facebook, as it rings.
Yes.
I had to decline that. Sorry. So do you have you get a lot of non-English speaking clients? So do you have people in the office that can speak the languages?
Yes, we do. So we have a young person. We have an employee that speaks both Portuguese and Spanish, which is able to help us. And I also have someone that speaks Polish, and we just seem to have clients that fit that sort of demographic. So in order to service those clients better, we made sure that we had somebody that could actually speak the language.
And I think that's important too, for a level of comfort. I know someone who English is not their first language. Sure. Polish is their first language. Yeah. So yes, they can speak English, but I think it's a comfort level if you can speak their native language.
Yeah, and sometimes what I've found when you have somebody that isn't a native speaker, things can get lost in translation. So when you're trying to talk about how an injury has affected somebody personally, not just physically, but sort of in their quality of life and day-to-day living. For example, not being able to run as much. I have a client that is a runner and wanted to, as in her age bracket, and forgive me, I'm not a runner, as you can tell by my body type, I'm definitely not a runner. But she's in her age bracket. She qualified to run in a marathon that she wanted to run in, and was involved in an accident in December, I believe, and so it really has impacted her ability to train. Mm-hmm. So if you have somebody that's not a native English speaker trying to articulate, how an injury has affected them other than just the pain on a day-to-day basis, right, you might lose something. So it's very helpful to have somebody that actually speaks the language natively to convey that information, so that we can convey that to the insurance company or the lawyers that they hire.
And I think you touched on this the last time we spoke, and I just think it's so important that your mission isn't to make money or, to get a name for yourself. You just want to help people, and yes, you have a culture in your office.
Yes.
That's the most important thing.
Yes. Listen, I own a business, and businesses need to make money to survive, but the focus is actually on helping people. And if we're able to help enough people, we will be able to carve out a living and make money and lead I believe that, the money will come. But putting people first is our priority.
So what's your message to people? They might be watching, they're not sure. They were in an accident, they're not sure if they should come and talk to you or talk to any lawyer for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be us. Hopefully it is us, but call. Or, we're getting set up you can text us, but find out what your options are. Take that, it's not a chance, but take a chance. If you've been injured or harmed in some sort of way, you're the victim. Find out what your options are and be made whole. It's not a get-rich type of thing. Give a call, really. I know that sounds cliche.
I know, but it's free. It's not like they're paying. Yeah. They have to make money or pay money just to call you and ask you a question.
No, call you.
And you
call
can tell
me.
them the best way.
Yeah, and I answer my phone. So I think I'm a pretty easy guy to talk to, and I'll give it to you straight. And,
he is. He's very easy to talk to, I promise.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can't stop talking.
I'm not stuffy.
So if you need to get a hold of attorney, lawyer, Twillie, LA Law, the website is lalawct.com. The phone number 844-GET-LA-LAW. You're all over social media. We're friends.
We're buddies. We're working towards BFFs, I think.
Facebook,
is that a thing
Instagram,
still?
Maybe.
Yeah. We'll make it a thing if it's
we
not.
will make it a thing.
All right.
So thank you so much for joining us.
He'll
be back. He'll be on Better Connecticut next week. If you have any questions, certainly you can leave them on this Facebook Live, or you can send them to the Better. You can write on the Better Connecticut Facebook page, and we'll bring them to you next week. Yep. And then we'll be back on Facebook in another month.
And I'll check and is it called DMing, direct message,
sure.
PMing? But I'll check, and if there are any questions out there, I'll try to respond to those questions also.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's really good to see you again.
You too.
All right,
Thanks for watching.